100.9 The Cat, number 1 for New Country. I'm Pete Kelly, hanging out with Granger Smith here. And I tried to be a little bit like Earl Dibbles Jr. I've got the denim on denim.
Denim on denim. Yeah, this is the denim tuxedo going on.
Yeah, I've got that.
Yes.
So I'm trying to dress up a little bit. I'm trying to be classy for you.
I like it.
So,
I like it. Or you not classy, you D-class.
D-class.
That's good.
D-class a little bit. It's a great way to start the interview, is just to D-class a little bit. So how did Earl Dibbles Jr. come about?
Earl was it started as an idea that my brothers and I had. He was one of many videos we were using to promote an album about 5 years ago. This was an ultra country boy. We were just having fun with it back home in Texas, and it went viral. And so we started playing shows, and people were chanting Earl one-liners, and I thought there needs to be more of this. And so I wrote a song for Earl. Then that music video went viral, and then I knew Earl was going to be part of what we do for a long time.
Now, how did you come up with the name Earl Dibbles Jr.? Did you just pick stuff out of randomly, or is there something behind that?
Driving to shoot this video, and I got the overalls and everything, and ready to go. My brother Tyler, who works with me, he said, "I think this guy's name is Earl Dibbles Jr." And I said, "I like it. Where'd that come from?" And he said, "Well, I went to school with a guy named Dibbles, and that just sounds like a country name.
Yep.
And I really like Earl for this guy. It seems like his name is Earl, and of course there has to be a junior." And I said, "I'm good with all that."
I love it. So Tyler is your manager now?
Manager. Yeah.
Yep. And he started off because he quit his job to join you.
That's right.
Back in the day, before you were signed on any label. You guys were touring around. So how does he feel about you having all the spotlight? And then he's the brother. He's doing more of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Does he like that?
I think he doesn't want any spotlight. It's interesting working with a brother, as you can imagine. You know, we have our differences, we have our agreements, and at the end of the day, when I know that somebody is working for the right intentions for me, I know it's my brother. So he happens to be really, really smart. So it all works out well.
Now, one of my favorite stories that I came across is how you met your wife. That apparently there's Craigslist and there's Facebook involved. Like, you're sliding into the DMs before pretty much anybody.
Yes. That's pretty much how it went down. I was casting for a music video, and I was having no luck casting for a music video, and I saw it pop up on Facebook, "Someone you may know." Mm-hmm. And I said, "Well, that girl," I just saw her face. I said, "She'd be perfect for this video." So I clicked and DM'd, and it all worked.
And what was the video? What was the name of the video?
It's called "Don't Listen to the Radio." It was my very first independent single.
So if anybody wants to check out that actual video, the first date essentially you guys are on,
that's
it's all based on that video. Now, you put out, 7 albums before you got signed?
I did, yeah. I put out 7 albums before we put out the first major record deal album. And that's kind of how it's always been for me, trying to build it one fan at a time, grassroots. And that's always been a big deal to me.
Now, do you notice any difference between being with a label as opposed to doing it independent? Is there any kind of freedom? Do you have a lot more resources, I guess, being part of a label?
It depends on what label and what artist you're asking. We were very lucky to be with a group that works well together with us, that we all respect each other's ideas. They rely on what we know from the road and from touring and what we see, and we rely on what they do best, putting albums in stores.
Now, with your new title, with your new album that just came out, When the Good Guys Win, I know that you're saying in one of the interviews that you had some alternative titles that you were looking at, and then this one kind of came together at the last minute. What were some of the other titles you were looking at?
Well, there's a song that's really special to me on this record called "Everybody Lives," and the whole mantra of this record for me has been living for today. And that was a big moment for me, because the song "Everybody Lives" is everybody dies, but not everybody lives. And I thought that's an amazing mantra to live by, and it's a cool album concept. Right around then, Hurricane Harvey hit the coast of my home state of Texas, and we realized we can't put an album out called "Everybody Lives" right when a hurricane hits.
Yeah.
It's just not. There's something wrong with that. But then we saw the news, we saw the heroes on the news, and we thought, but "When the Good Guys Win" is the perfect title.
Yeah. And you had an accident before all this kind of went down too, right?
Yes.
So how was that recovering from the album and getting back onto tour? Was there a bit of a difficulty getting back out there, or was it just a fluid transition once you were out, once you were recovering, just like it was before?
It wasn't fluid. We had to We had to do a lot of rehearsals, and anytime you take that amount of time off, which was about 6 weeks, it doesn't matter if you're recovering from injury or not, you get rusty.
Yeah.
Probably in any profession, you take 6 weeks off of anything, you get rusty. So we had to get together and have a series of rehearsals. We had to simulate show times and show schedules, and the endurance of putting on a 90-minute show is something you can't jump right back into. So that's what we had to do.
Yeah. And finally, can I get a yee-yee?
Yee-yee!
Yee-yee! Thank you so much for joining us. It's Granger Smith and / Earl Dibbles Jr. with 100.9 The Cat.